are go for liftoff in T-minus 30.
Hit the record button.
Gosh, that's swell.
Hello. How are
everybody.
you?
Hi, AXEL. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Victor. How about yourself?
I am good. My name is Italo, though. In this Black Talk Radio world, I'm known as Italo from Italo's Black Talk Radio, but you can call me Victor. It's fine.
Oh, Italo. No, Italo's fine. Italo's fine.
Yeah. So AXEL and ZENO, who's on the line right now, we met actually in Puerto Rico. That's where he's calling from right now. So, and he's going to be a very short episode here because, we're going to talk about Judy, which is based on Renee Zellwegger's role on the movie Judy by Judy Garland. And I just saw it a couple days ago, I think. And I was so moved. I was like, oh, my Lord, why am I crying? And I remember AXEL told me about the movie a couple months ago or something like that. And I just saw it. So I was like, oh, let me talk to him about it.
Yeah, it was good. I loved it.
Yeah. So what do you love about the movie? And by the way, sorry to interrupt you. For those that are listening, if you haven't seen Judy, stop the podcast now. Do yourself a favor because we're going to spoil the movie for you. So just so you know. Not that this is not, and this is basically everybody knows about Judy Garland and what she went through, right? But maybe not because you haven't seen the movie. So stop the podcast now, watch the movie, and come back, and then resume. But yeah, what do you love the movie?
Well, I wanted to see it, but where I lived in Florida, it wasn't playing in my town. So when I came to Puerto Rico, it wasn't here yet. And then it came. I was just eager to see. I had heard so much about Renee's performance, and I wanted to see it. And the fact that she was singing live, she wasn't lip singing, and it was a hard role for her to really totally get into.
Yeah. Well, yeah, actually, I was surprised because I've seen her singing before. I guess if you refer to Chicago and other, I guess I don't know where else have I seen her.
No, that's the only place I saw her sing too. Was in Chicago that day.
So I was really, it's a decent singing voice. Maybe not precisely like Judy Garland would have done it, but still, it just added another extra, kick to her performance. I think it was a good move to do that. And basically, if you, and this is a spoiler, guys, towards the end of the movie, my favorite scene is basically when she's singing in London, and this is basically a take on her the few months before her death, right? And she was singing in London, and she had been through a lot that you have to see in the movie. But this time she's basically singing in concert, and she has to sing Over the Rainbow. And I think halfway through that song, she just cannot do it anymore. She's been so drained emotionally, spiritually. She's been through so much, through so many divorces, through many breakups, so many heartbreaks, and you just feel it. I felt it. I was like, oh my Lord.
Well, her
yeah,
children.
You're not gonna finish. Her children, exactly, her children, because her children were taken away. Yeah, they were. She didn't have any custody. yeah. So yeah. What a scene, right?
That was a good scene, but it also was a little bit more than that because remember they took her show away and they put that other guy to do the show, and she told him, let me just do this one song. After all, these people did come to see me, but she wasn't part of that show. And she came and did that final. And then she broke down. That was very good. I mean, excellent. I mean, it was touching how the two guys just got up and started singing, then the whole place started singing to give her support. It was a tearjerker scene. It was very good. Very good.
Well, and that if you had to those two fans, I guess she had already been to their house. Apparently, we don't know. I don't know if that's accurate or not. But I think it has a message of the audience gets you, and they got your back. That was my take on it, right?
But I think it could be accurate though, because I had a friend who adored her years ago, and when I went to his house, one room in that house was all Judy Garland and Liza Minnelli, every wall, 3D things, everything was there. It was unbelievable. I never seen a house like that. And those guys had a lot of her pictures in their house.
Yeah. Well, and the film Judy, right? Is based on a Broadway and the West End play. Actually, it's called End of the Rainbow. That was the name of the actual show that this movie was based on. So I don't know if they took any liberties to change anything or not. Like you said, don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I never seen the play. I never seen that play.
Yeah, it says here it was the name of the play is End of the Rainbow by Peter Quilter, and apparently that's how they based the movie on this Broadway show or West End in London. So yeah, and I could see it. I mean, I could see between her concert, her musical numbers in the movie. She did a few songs, right? In between, not only Over the Rainbow, but there's a few more songs. But I could see how they would do that on stage, going back and forth between her husband or her ex-husband, and then the new boyfriend who becomes a husband again. I think she got married 5 times.
Something like that.
Yeah, and with the wrong people. She always got in trouble, and there was a scene in the movie earlier in the movie, or a flashback, where they show her with the director from the Wizard of Oz, and I thought something was going on there with the director, and I was like, are they insinuating that there was something going on behind the scenes?
Yeah, I thought she was being sexually abused by him, actually.
Okay. Because they didn't show it in the movie. They just showed, they show something. They don't show it, having sex with the girl. But something had been happening, and she would replace her like this. She would be like, he would tell her like, if you're gonna act like that, I'm not gonna Shirley Temple, and you're gonna be out of the movie. So right, but there was a lot of abuse going on with her mother too, and I didn't know who that character was. I thought it was her manager, but it turned out to be the mother, right?
Yeah, that was her mother.
Yeah, that was horrible.
It was.
I was like, she's
all
hungry.
All the pills they gave her as a child, she was always on drugs, so they said she was going to put on weight, and they didn't want her to get fat and all that stuff.
Right.
There was a lot of abuse there.
Well, and then through the movie, you see her eating disorder because she will not touch her food. The only thing she will be drinking. She had the hardest time to eat that cake. I was like, please, have a teaspoon of the cake. It's not gonna hurt you. But you can tell by that point. And she was 47, right, when she died.
Yes, she was very young. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't remember. I remember her dying, but I didn't remember her age. But I guess the movie's okay because none of her kids came out and talked against the movie. So I guess the movie was all right. Because I think it was bad if it wasn't right. I think those kids, the family, would have said something.
Yeah, you think they would have? I mean,
I think they would. I mean, when they say things better about Michael Jackson, they come right out and they defend him, the family.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, well, yeah, I think Michael Jackson has a lot of skeletons in his closet, and the family doesn't want them to come out for obvious reasons. But I think the family knows, the Jackson family, they know something that we don't know, but that's my opinion.
But back to Judy. Anyway, I shouldn't have brought that up.
Back to Judy, right. Back to Judy.
But she looked fabulous, and her mannerisms were like Judy. The voice was, she tried to, not imitate her, but sort of the same type of style. But I thought it was good that she did the singing herself than to lip sing, like a lot of these people do when they do a biopic. She actually used her own voice, which I thought that was genius. Very smart to do that.
Right. Yes. Yes. Not only that, but it wasn't, like they did in the Miserables, how they were singing live, whatever. I thought it was going to be like a pre-recorded, even if it was her voice. I thought it was going to be pre-recorded, but no, it was live. You can tell it was live, and with the band and everything behind her. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Yeah,
it sounded very good.
It came right to you. It was like she was right there live singing to us, the audience, in the way they filmed that whole scene. They brought her right up close. That was very nice. I loved it.
Right. So, another scene in the movie, too. You were talking about it earlier, because I forgot the fact that the kids were taken away from her. And so there was another scene where, because she calls her children from a payphone, right, in London. And then she has a conversation with her daughter. Is it Liza that she's talking to?
No, that wasn't Liza. That was, I think her name is Lorna Luff. Okay. That's the baby with that man. Who loved her? That man did love her. He did love her. That husband loved her. But Judy was probably, she had drug issues,
Right. Well, not only that, but she was traumatized by her mother.
But the kids didn't want to go. Remember, the kids said they were happy with, they wanted to stay where they were at. They didn't want to go with her.
Well, that's what the husband said.
Yeah, well, when she talked to the daughter, I don't think the daughter wanted to go either. She said, "Are you happy?" And the girl said, "Yeah, I'm happy."
Right. Well, it would have been really crazy, anyways. I mean, the way she lived in London, she was just drinking herself to death, practically. So it wouldn't have been a good. It would have been terrible for the kids to see that. But I think that part of the movie too was interesting, because I think she was hoping the daughter would say, "No, Mom, I want to come over there," whatever, right? She wanted her to be a nice daughter and say that. But the daughter was like, "No, Mom, I'm happy. I'm fine." And I think that's when she realizes, like, I lost her, basically, right? I guess in her mindset.
That's true.
But
that guy had a lot
really
of money.
broke her down.
He was a big producer. I think that he was a producer. He had the money. The father was rich. But Judy's worth a lot of money right now. I looked her up the other day. She's worth. They said she died penniless, but she's worth like I don't know, $25-30 million right now.
You mean her family?
Because every time anything about Judy, she makes money and it goes into her thing, and her heirs get it. Which would be Joey, Lorna, and
Liza, right.
Lisa Manelli.
Liza. I love Liza too. But no, actually, it's Yeah, it was a good movie. I must say, I will vote for her as a best actress
Oh, I'm hoping.
nomination.
Well, she's going to get a nomination for sure. I hope she wins.
Yeah.
I would.
Well, who else?
Yeah.
Who else have I seen? You know what? I've seen the marriage. I don't know if you've seen this movie, Marriage Story, with Scarlett Johansson.
I heard that was good. I didn't see that. I heard that was good. They said she was very good in that.
She was.
And they said
Now
he was
comparing
very good
them
too.
to, he was Adam Driver. But
Yep.
between the two, I have to give it to Renee because I think it's harder to take on somebody that everybody knows and loves and portray her like that. You know what I mean? Like, I think she probably got a lot of. I mean, I would be afraid to do that if I were an actress.
Yeah, but also
To take on the Judy Garland role.
Yeah, but Renee was also basically in every scene in that movie just about for 2 hours. That's a long. A lot of these girls just take. They have certain parts, and they're not all. She was all through the whole entire movie.
Yeah,
So that's a lot of work.
No, she did a phenomenal job. She carried a whole. She took you there. Is what I'm saying. Like.
Yes, she did.
And I think so. The concert was amazing. Every number that she was doing, even though she was exhausted and she was not ready for it, she was basically shoved on stage. La empujaron así, like, get there and do it. Like,
yes. She said, I can't, my voice.
I know. Give me a drink.
But she did make money.
And then
she
there
sold
was
the place out. That was, it was a nice comeback for her. But then, she went downhill. But I think the kids I think the kids had a lot to do with it too. And some guy, I remember that somebody got nasty with her and called her like a drunk or something, and she cursed him out on stage.
Yeah.
Something happened with somebody there.
Oh, on the concert, yeah. And they showed that in the movie. They show how she was being booed off stage and being.
Remember she fell down like she fell down on the stage. She collapsed.
I know. Yeah.
She took a lot of drugs. She took a lot of drugs all the time. Pills, a lot of pills.
Yeah. I mean, every tragedy, like Whitney Houston, it reminded me of every iconic singer, right? How they go through. Even Lady Gaga, she did a documentary on her, what she went through as well. Every singer, every performer goes through that, I guess. The pressure, and then your personal life is, nowadays it's even worse, right? But your personal life is basically public knowledge. Everybody knows about it. Yeah.
Well, today's a
just,
cell phone. You can't do nothing today. Everything's done. People, anywhere you go, they snap pictures. They see everything. So there's no privacy. Years ago, you didn't know anything. I mean, look at Rock Hudson, those kind of people. They did what they did, but people didn't know what was going on until until the end. There's no privacy anymore today.
No privacy. And that's the thing, with if you're in the business, in the entertainment business, you have to know what you're getting into before, you want fame and you want fortune, but you don't know what price, and that's unfortunate.
It's a large price. It's a large price for all of them,
especially child actors.
The regular people.
Yeah, because she was basically a child actress, right? Just like Shirley Temple, just like the kids from The Lost Boys. I forgot their names now. Corey, Feldman.
The one that that's true.
Macaulay Culkin. So you basically, they had no choice. Their mother or their parents, they just drive him into it without even wanting to be on stage. They wanted to be. Michael Jackson's a perfect example as well. I mean, he was practically born into it, right? They were not given the choice, right? No, especially Michael. Like, oh, I'm gonna beat you until you sing well. You sing as well.
Yeah, because he had an abusive.
And,
they had abusive father,
yeah.
the Jacksons. Yeah, they did.
So I think that's why they got along. Didn't they get along? Was it Liza or was it? Oh no, it wasn't Liza. It was Elizabeth Taylor. Never mind. I'm thinking of Michael Jackson. Who was he friends with? And it was Liz Taylor.
Oh, he loved her. She loved him. Yeah.
Right.
That's true.
But I think it's,
like
it's the abuse they were going. They were going through a lot of abuse as growing up, and as children and in the industry. So I think they had a lot of affinities in that sense, right?
Yeah, the only one in that group that was different was Shirley Temple, because she got out of acting and went into politics.
Oh, she did?
Shirley Temple. Yeah, she was a member, I think, of Congress or some kind of thing like that. She was in politics. Shirley Temple Black.
Right. Wow.
Everybody else was there.
I never know. Well, I'm glad she wasn't in The Wizard of Oz, though, because she would not have done as good of a job than Judy.
She couldn't sing over the rainbow like Judy. Shirley Temple could not sing like that. I loved Shirley Temple, don't get me wrong. I used to watch all her movies. They were all cute little movies when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But she didn't have the voice that Judy had.
No. She was just a cute little girl, but that's it. I mean, good actress, too. But, yeah. Luckily, she got out when she got out.
Yeah. I guess that was, you get to a certain point, you either make it or you don't. And she went somewhere else. She did something else herself. But she still makes money on her, well, they still make money on her movies. They still show her movies, a little Shirley Temple. That's the one thing good about art. You live on forever.
It lives on forever. Yeah. Well, especially, well, those are classic movies, right? You could not recreate, or they try to recreate Wizard of Oz, and they just cannot do it well. Just like they try to do Cats and Star Wars, and you can't do it. Sorry, you can. You can try.
No, you can't.
But that's Hollywood. That's just the way it is. But anyways, I just wanted to give a little review. Sorry that I spoil it for you guys. If you haven't seen the movie, like I told you at the beginning, stop it right now before I spoil it for you, because I don't want to do that. But I just did it, so hey, deal with it. But I recommend it. I give it a 2 thumbs up. What do you give it to? This movie, you give it 2 thumbs up or 1.5?
Me? I give it 2 thumbs up. For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I loved it. It's fabulous.
Okay,
and
so
if
he was nominated.
And I heard this conversation, I'd go see it even more because I wanted to see it to begin with.
Yeah. Well, and I want to see it in the theater because I didn't see it in the theater. I saw it on my phone.
No, there's a big. But now they just released. I think they're releasing the DVD. I think it's coming out now.
Yeah, but this movie, as opposed to The Irishman, this movie, Judy, I have to see it in the theater now because just to hear the sound of the concert, I want to be feeling like I'm there. You know what I mean? So I do want to do that
big
because
screen. You have to have that big screen for that movie for sure.
Right, and with the audience, I want to see their reaction. But this is one movie. If he was nominated for Best Movie of the Year,
they react. You'll see they react in the theater.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of teachers going to be around in the theater because, well, there's a couple of scenes that really got me, and I'm like, ooh, this is I don't want to cry. No, man.
At the end, I did. I did at the end, for sure. I did.
Yeah. Well, her spirit was so broken, by then. And you're like, how can you still sing? How can you still be singing? how can you still be standing? You know what I mean? Like, and but she wanted her audience. She loved her audience, and she's like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like she couldn't be away from the stage for so long that she she basically died if she wasn't on stage, right? Um,
Very
yeah,
true.
and that's what happened. That's how the cookie crumbled.
That's
Anyways, I
it.
don't want to take more time because you have to go and I gotta go. But thank you, Axel. It's been great.
It's been
Let's
a
talk
pleasure.
another movie later. But
Yeah,
you
we
gotta go to
will.
Puerto
Peace
Rico. Puerto
out.
Rico. It's gonna be a nice. You have a nice weather over there, and I'm cold
Yes, it
in
is.
LA. I hate you
Okay,
right
boo
now.
boo.
I hate you. Okay. Gracias. Thank
Okay,
you.
gracias. You're welcome.
Okay, gracias.
Okay. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye. So yeah, that was the interview, and I did want to thank him because he's like, oh, how long do we have? So thank you for calling today, Axel. It was a great. Ooh, it's so quiet. It's not on the phone right now, and it's so quiet. Ooh, it's so still. Okay, I don't sing, guys. I will not do a good Judy Garland impression or Bjork in this case. But yeah, 100% recommend Judy and Renee Zellweger. Does she deserve the Oscar, or does Scarlett Johansson deserve the Oscar? I'm torn between the two. Although I haven't seen all the nominations yet, or they haven't nominated, anybody yet. But once the nominations come in, and if they give the nominations to Renee and Scarlett Johansson, I will bet it's going to go to Renee Zellweger. That's my prediction. As far as the best movie of the year, that's a different story. We'll have to see the nominations, and we can do another podcast on that because, yeah, that will be another topic. But anyways, guys, thank you for listening. I want to wish everybody Happy New Year 2020. Woohoo! We have a few hours left of the year, so I wanted to thank everybody who's been listening thus far. And if you haven't yet, please click subscribe and also like because I get paid by likes. I don't get paid in money. and comments. I love your comments and I love your feedback. So if you want to give me some feedback, go ahead and like my page on Facebook, Italo's Black Tag Radio, as well as Instagram. Italo's Production is the name in the handle over Instagram. And just to wrap it up, because I only have 30 seconds, I do want to say that I may take a break. It may not be long. It might be a couple days. It may be a week, because I'm coming up with another production, which I'm going to be talking about once I finish writing it, because I'm still right in the middle of it. Once I write it out, once I edit it once or twice, and my director has to see it, Matt Ritchie, Hala, and so he's going to be directing me in this role. But I'm finally going to be on stage, guys. So you're going to be able to admire me. Admire me. Clap your hands. Clap your hands for me. Clap your hands. So I do want to thank you for listening thus far. This has been a great season. It was unexpected. I wasn't expecting to go to do more Black Tag Radio past the Hollywood Fringe Festival. But guess what, guys? I need to talk. I need my audience, like Judy Garland. And no, obviously this movie was phenomenal. It got mixed reviews, I guess, but I don't care because I don't listen to reviews until I see the movie, like you should have done. Anyhow, I'll wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for so much for the support. And please share, like, subscribe. Bye.
We are go for liftoff in T minus 30.
Hit the record button.
Gosh, that's swell.
I'm Judy.
I'm very sorry, but your suite has been released.
What do you mean, released? Where exactly has it gone?
Your account was in arrears.
Clang, clang, clang with the trolley.
Mama, please don't go to sleep now.
No, these are the other ones.
Sing, sing, sing.
The kids need a home, Judy.
I know what kids need. They need their mother.
Can't have the world's greatest entertainer out here without a drink.
Frank Sinatra's here?
Frank is great, but he is no Judy Garland.
I don't have a home. I can't even get a manager.
London would offer you a lot of money.
Talk of the town is desperate to do a deal with you.
You're saying I have to leave my children if I want to make enough money to be with my children? I would very much like to stay.
Judy? Have you seen Judy? There's an audience out there waiting to hear you sing.
My mouth's dry and it could fall off.
Listen to me.
Judy! I can't.
You'll be fine. On you go.
What?
Room service.
I didn't order anything.
There's a man under the trolley.
Surprise!
Ricky!
You're gonna love me.
The kids miss you, and they also want to stay put.
I'm coming back for them.
You're not listening.
I have someone I can rely on now.
I'm gonna love you.
Light.
So what? You have to be home for your mommy to put you to bed?
Are you going to be all right?
What if I can't do it again?
Mama? Mama, are you there?
Somewhere
You need to take better care of yourself. You understand?
over the rainbow.
Everybody has their troubles, and I've had mine. I just want what everybody wants. I just seem to have a harder time getting it.
Do you take anything for depression?
4 husbands. Didn't work.
There's a land that
You won't forget me, will you?
in a land.
Promise you won't.